Hi YouTube, this is Savannah Day. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. I want to talk about 5 areas where I was affected when I got divorced. Well, I got separated first, so I was affected first, separated and divorced, but it ties in together. I was affected, divorced, separated. I was affected. So I'm gonna give you 5 areas of where I was affected. Number one was mentally. And so I say that because I felt like nothing I ever did was good enough. Like nothing. And I was affected, like my self esteem, my self worth, my value. I had low self esteem. Terrible. And I just felt like nothing I ever did was good enough. And I felt like just not like there was no reason for it. There was no reason for the divorce. So no matter how much I tried to like keep the marriage afloat, even though yeah, I was not perfect, I did things wrong, but nothing that I tried or nothing, it just was not good enough. And so this affected my self-worth, my self-value, and I found myself questioning myself all of the time, and just so much stuff played in my mind mentally, run through my mind all the time, constantly. So number one was my mental. That's something I had to work on constantly. Number two was trust. I just didn't trust nobody when I got divorced. And so when I got married, of course, like I trusted God. But when I got married, I kind of put all of my trust into my husband. You know, he's here. This is my spouse. You get married. Nobody gets married to get divorced. Let me say that. Unless you use somebody, unless your intention is to get married, because you know, hold on, there are people that do get married to use people and to get divorced. Let's clarify that, because that's very true. So now that I get that out the way, most of the people don't get married to get divorced. So when you get married, like when I got married to for to having to hold sickness and health to death do us part. That's what you're supposed to do. So with that came my trust, my all of my trust. Even though, like I said, yes, I have flaws. Everybody got flaws. I have flaws. But my trust went into my spouse. And essentially, yes, I went to church on Sundays. And yes, I still was working. I was helping provide for my household too. And doing these things as a wife. And, but what I did essentially was I kind of put him, like, start making him into my God, depending on him and all of that. And I was never like a submissive wife. Honest, to be honest with you, I was not a submissive wife. Like, I was not. But I would make him like, instead of like, you know, you still go, you still supposed to have your relationship with Christ, regardless if you married or not. Like, I would make him like my God, or make him my all. Oh, I was always so worried about my marriage. Oh, my marriage this, marriage that, marriage this, marriage that. So essentially, all my trust would go into him. Even though, you know, I played the church role, went to church, my trust really was in my spouse. So when we got divorced, that I just was like, oh, I don't trust anybody. Like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Like, how am I gonna how am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? And not knowing that I've been living without this man before I even met him, you know, or God is my source. But in the moment, I didn't think about that. All I'm thinking about is just like, because I've had made him my God. Essentially, we don't say it, but that's the truth. So I didn't trust nobody. And then number 3 was I got affected in the area of my heart. Of course, naturally, I gave him my heart. He was my husband. So my heart was shattered. My heart was broken. It was tore, ripped up, you know. So I had to get healed from that too. And just, I was just like damaged. And even though like people around me could never see it, I like always was like, didn't never really share my personal business. And nobody on the outside, I didn't wear my heart on my sleeve. Nobody could ever tell what I was going through, because I would always have like a smile on my face, and I'll be able to talk to people, love them, encourage them, shit, like help them with their situations and all of that. I was always pouring love into people and encouraging them. They would never know what I was thinking, never know what I was going through on the inside. But in the inside, I would be asking God, like, well, he just gonna get up, just walk away. Like, who you think he is? Like, you know, I was asking God, like, well, why I got to go through this? Like, why? Like, why I feel like this? Why I feel this way? I had so many questions that I was, you know, in my mind asking God, talking to God about, or just praying to God all the time. So I was affected on my heart for number 3. And then number 4, spiritually. And I say spiritually because people make it seem like divorce is the worst sin in the world. Now, let me say this. This video, if I didn't say it earlier, I don't remember. But this video is for people that's divorced, or, you know, I wouldn't even say separated. I would say divorced. Only because it's like, yes, God hates divorce. God honors marriage. Don't leave your spouse. Don't go telling nobody I told you you're divorced. Go work it out. Go pray. Talk to God. Talk to your spouse. But in essence, my situation did not work out. So am I going to hold somebody there, drag them along? Didn't work out. You can't make somebody work something out that's not willing to work out. And so am I also going to be condemned for the rest of my life? Which a lot of people try to condemn you if you get divorced. And as last I checked, Christ died for everybody. He don't condemn us. So I had to pray and know that I was forgiven upon prayer and reading the scriptures for myself and not going by what people say. I knew that I had, and apologizing to Christ, I had to know that I was forgiven for myself and my own sins is what I had to do. Because like I said, people will condemn you. They say all kind of stuff. Oh, you're going to hell, you're going down, you're doing this. Like, worry about your own life. You know, nobody's going to condemn me. And that's like I said, that's not me telling nobody to leave. I'm sitting telling people work on their marriages and all that. I believe in marriage. Hey, I want to get married again. I'm celibate, doing things the right way this time around and all of that. But I'm not going to be condemned either. And I'm not going to hold on to somebody that clearly doesn't want to be held on to. And that did things that are in grounds of a divorce. So, I mean, and then number 5 is my eating. I was affected in my eating. And I say that because when I was separated and then pending divorce, I couldn't eat. I guess it was like depression or like sad, heartbroken, whatever you want to call it. I say it was all of the above. Just call it what it is. And I just could not eat. Now I'm a person that loves to eat, and I couldn't eat. Like, I just laid in bed, and I probably would eat if I did like maybe like once a day or once every other day. It affected my eating. I lost my appetite. Let's just say that. I was sick with my appetite. So it affected my eating too. So these are 5 areas of where it separated me, like my divorce. My divorce affected me. So for people that are going through this, I pray that you be strengthened, you just be encouraged, that, you know, God is with you. We all know that. So just be strong. And if you're stuck, just know that, just lean on God, and just, like I said, just be encouraged. And hopefully this helps you. And just know that, like, if He brought me through, He can bring you through. So hopefully this encourages someone out there, and God bless you.